Hey guys, just thought I'd do a little video about this fuel filter relocation kit from Boda Products. Got it installed a month ago or so, maybe a little bit more. I did a service on my tractor and went ahead and took care of that as well. I had it for a while, a year, maybe a little bit more. I knew I was going to need to do my change out my filters. I actually had the fuel filters. I've had them for years, actually. I just didn't put them on. I was just not looking forward to doing it. And wasn't ever having any problems. I was finally starting to have a little bit of problems, I think, with those fuel filters. Probably getting a little bit too clogged. And I'll have to throw in some video of those. I think I have some pictures. I think I definitely have some pictures that I put onto Facebook on the channel, but I'll see about, I don't know if I have videos or not, and I think I did throw them out already. But that first filter right after the gas tank, man, it was dirty. It had some dirt in it, basically. And the picture on Facebook didn't really show that on the housing. But really great kit. Everything, it just bolts on right there. Gives you good instructions with pictures, color pictures on how to install it, how to route the lines, some brass fittings, the fittings to connect things, a 90-degree. Came with the clamps, came with the cover, plastic cover for your lines as well. Tells you where to route it. Worked out really good. So I'm really happy with it. And now that's peace of mind that won't ever have to climb up underneath there, take off my body armor under there. If I had a fuel problem, I could resolve it hopefully just right here, along with my cold brew coffee filter in the mouth of my gas tank. Thanks John Ritter. So I just a little extra bit of insurance. I gotta agree, why not put a little insurance policy there, something falling into the gas tank. If you have any trees above and you gotta fill up and you step away to get your gas tank, you've taken the lid off, there's nuts falling down, leaves, springtime you get these seed pods that are coming down, and stuff falls into your tank with that wide open mouth. And so this is a little bit of insurance to keep stuff from clogging the gas tank there. And then this here, with this relocation kit, I'll be able to change this out really easy as well. And I won't go 800 hours before changing out the fuel filter here. And then there is still the fuel filter right before it goes into the engine. So I did replace that one as well. So you still have two points of filtration. So just a great kit. Just thought I'd point it out. One of the other things, let's just stand up, do a little bit of a walk around, I guess you could say. Well, not necessarily a walk around, just I want to move, basically. I'm kneeling down there. I can't stay in that position too long. But one thing that I did this time when I did my service is, I used my tractor all weekend, and then I was planning at the end of the weekend. Normally I do on my service on the weekend. This time I thought I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use my tractor all weekend, and then Sunday, I cleaned it up, hosed things down, and went ahead, took off the loader, took off the backhoe. Happened to have the backhoe on right before I did my service. We had to bury a dog, so had the backhoe on and took that off. And then I went ahead, took off the grill guard. You know, got to take that off to take off the shroud on this model. Took off the shroud. I'm trying to think. You know, took off the Under Armour. You know, just got everything ready to do the service for. And my plan was just to do little by little during the week. In the evening, you know, I'd go in, let everything drain, and just kind of, you know, each night during the week, just piece by piece, working on it, installing the fuel filter relocation kit. And come the weekend, the next weekend, I was ready to roll, you know. So call me crazy, I've never done it that way, but you know, gave me something to do in the evening. And then, you know, took my time, you know, because I will say, with that fuel filter relocation kit, it did take me a couple tries getting it routed right. Looked in the box, I realized I had a little piece of tubing with a 90 degree that I just completely forgot about. And then that made sense to me why I needed to route things a little bit different. So, if something doesn't seem right, check your box. Make sure you got everything. So, I'm trying to think. Rerouted it. I routed it one time, and I was like, that's not exactly how the picture was showing, but it just didn't seem right. And then, sure enough, I was able to get it routed the way that the picture showed, and so I wasn't rushed. I think if I tried to do it all during the weekend, I would have rushed it. And kind of been thought, well, it's there, it works. But you know, I was able to kind of pause, and sleep on it, come back the next day, and tackle it. I wasn't rushed. I was like, I got time, and you know, redid it the right way. And so I'm really glad that I did. And so I feel like the install is the way that it's supposed to be. I just did my service. Oh, I need some help, guys. So I drained my front axle. And turns out when I did it the last time, I over-torqued one of the bolts. And so it just free spins. I cannot back it out to drain. I'm trying to remember which side. I think it's this side that we're looking at right here. So the left axle. So I over torqued it, so now it just spins. I cannot pull that drain plug out. So any advice that you guys have? So I've looked at some different extraction tools and ways to extract a bolt like that. I can't get anything in between the bolt and the housing to be able to give it some pressure to back it out as I spin it to try and catch those threads. There's really, you know, it's in all the way. I've been looking at some of these other bolt extractors. I think, and you guys tell me what you think, if I drill into the middle of the bolt with one of those bolt remover kits, get the left-hand turn drill bits, get a wrench on it so it's not spinning, but that really digs into it. I'm thinking I'll be able to get that drill bit to dig into it and pull back on it and be able to get some of that back leverage to get those threads to catch. So that would be the first step in getting the bolt out. Then I need to think about, do I need to repair the threads? And I guess I won't know that until I get that bolt out, the threads on the housing. So if it's just on the bolt, I guess that would be good. But if it's not, and it's the housing that I damaged, then that would be bad. So needless to say, I've doubled down on making sure that I know what my torques are for these things. And I have this little app for tractor service and my mower service. It's actually just a to-do app, but I kind of list the steps. And one of the things that I'm going to add is all my torque specs, so that way I have it right there. I can print it out and just go step by step on doing each task. So I'm going to add that. So anyways, just thought I'd touch base with you guys. Love any input you have on getting that bolt out, that drain plug for the axle. I ended up getting the other side drained out completely. You know, got it all drained except for that lower point on this left axle right there. So if there's any shavings, I guess down there, I imagine they're just sitting at the bottom. I will want to get that pulled out and flushed out. Definitely the next time that I change the fluid. I'm not in a big rush, so, but any input you guys have, I'd appreciate it. So I'm doing the mower now, and I have ran into, man, I overfilled that thing with HST fluid, and, you know, because I had it completely drained out. It ended up filling up all the way on me, and made a big mess. It says it takes 2 gallons, basically, just under 2 gallons. So I'm putting in 1 gallon and it filled up. And I think it just didn't have time to make its way into all the nooks and crannies, I guess. And so needless to say, I made a big mess. Went ahead and decided to tackle it the next day. Thought, well, let me, I'm going to have to drain it out. Oh, this was after I started to fill it with my drain plug out still. So much for my checklist. I didn't use it for that. So I started to fill it, poured about, probably half a gallon of HST fluid. Before I realized it. I think some of it did go into some other areas, so that was good. So that's where I got a little confused. Got my drain plug in, thought I'd lost all of that, so then I started, finished off that gallon, started pouring in the other gallon, and, so I knew I had 2 gallons. I knew, well, I poured out probably half a gallon, if not a little more. And so I thought, well, there's no risk of overfilling. But sure enough, it did. And so the next morning I drained out. So, next morning I checked it. It was still, so it was right up at the very, very top, basically. The drain plug, very top of the dipstick. Not just the fill level, the top of the dipstick. And so I drained it down. And I intentionally waited overnight because I was thinking that it might lower down a good bit, just going into some other nooks and crannies. It didn't. So I drained it out, took out too much. That's always fun, trying to pull out your drain plug a little. And, it came out, starts pouring out. Then I had trouble getting it back in, getting it lined up. Then got it in, so then it was low. I was able to, I had just enough HST fluid left to get it to the bottom point of the dipstick, the bottom line. So I thought, good deal. Started it up, let it run a while, went and drove it a little bit, and then it started losing power, and got it back, just barely got it back into the garage, and checked it, and sure enough, it was not reading on the dipstick. So I'm gonna have to go get some more HST fluid, but hopefully I didn't do any damage to it. I'll be topping it off, getting it up, and not sure exactly what happened, why it is so low. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't do any damage, but that's going to be on the to-do list tomorrow. Stop by, pick up some more. And so that's kind of what's been going on around here. I've been doing a little bit of muck. I did, cleaning out muck by the horses. If you've been on the channel a while, you kind of know about that. And I'm trying to think of any other things that have been going on. Can't think of anything. But I'm going to try and get some footage. I got one of those steel combi systems with the hedge trimmer attachment and then the pole saw attachment. And I'm really liking that system. And actually, I think that hedge trimmer attachment with an extension, I'm going to start using that on my ditch. I think it'll be easier to use. I ordered it last year. It took forever for it to come in. Finally came in, I want to say November. And I think that's going to do the trick, though, to take care of my ditch. So again, if you've seen me use the 3-point trimmer, I'm not a big fan of that. I think this hedge trimmer is actually going to be quicker and a little bit easier, just easier to use. And then I can use it on other brush and stuff and bushes. So anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to touch base and give Boda Products a shout out there with this fuel filter relocation kit. So anyways, you guys, hope you guys have a good day. And I forgot how I signed out. I think, I don't know, it's been a while. Anyways, have a good one. Bye-bye.